Ramadan is here, and we want to make sure that we take advantage of this opportunity to the best of our abilities. We want to utilize this opportunity to cut off any bad habits that we have carrying on for the past few years. We want to make sure that we cut off all the bad habits, we implement good habits, and we become the best version of ourselves to the best of our abilities, and we get closer to Allah and Islam. One of the bad habits that I see a lot of people struggling with is listening to music. A lot of people would even agree that they are addicted to listening to music, and they would admit that they want to cut off this addiction. I haven't listened to music for the past 2 years, and I'm thankful that I was able to cut this addiction out of my life completely. And I want to share some tips on how I was able to do it so that you can implement the same tips and get away from this addiction as much as you can. In order for us to cut off music completely from our lives, we need to analyze what activities are we doing where we listen to the music the most. I did the same thing. I analyzed my whole routine, my whole life, and I pinpointed where I was listening to music the most. I pinpointed activities. For me, it was while I was driving and while I was at the gym. I was listening to music while I was driving, and I was listening to music the most while I was at the gym working out. And it could be the same for you. While you're driving, you listen to music. While you're working out, you listen to music. It could be as simple as while you go for a walk, you listen to music. While you're studying, you get the point. Once you analyze the activities that you're doing where you're listening to music the most, you need to find a substitute for music during those activities. For example, for me, I used to listen to music while I was driving, as I mentioned. So I had to find a substitute for music. So instead of music, I started listening to podcasts, stand-up comedy, and a lot of news and commentary of sports. Second activity that I was doing where I was listening to music the most was while I was at the gym working out. Now, while you're at the gym, they have loudspeakers going on and they blast their music throughout the whole gym. If that's the case, a lot of people usually have their own headphones in. So what I do, I usually have my headphones in and I'm listening to a lot of nasheeds, a lot of nohe, and a lot of like mankabat and all that kind of stuff while I'm working out. So I'm not listening to the music that the gym is playing. I have my headphones in and I'm listening to all the stuff that I want to listen to. So I replace music with something more beneficial. And the funny thing is, while you're listening to nasheed, mankabat, nohe, you name it, you're gaining more and more sabab. You're getting more and more reward. You just have to simply substitute it. And I can tell you from my personal experience, I have hit more PRs while listening to Nohes and Nasheeds and Mankabat than I did while listening to music. So it does help with your physical strength while you're at the gym. So once you have analyzed the activities where you were listening to music the most, and then you have found substitute for music in those activities, the next step is to implement those substitute and to avoid listening to music and other activities as much as you possibly can. I can tell you from my personal experience, once you go through one day without listening to music, it becomes easier the next day. And then it gets easier the following day. The next thing you know, a whole week has gone by and you haven't listened to music. So now we have an opportunity that we are in Ramadan. A lot of people are fasting. I hope you are. A lot of people are trying to avoid indulging into sins and trying to get closer to Deen, Islam, and Allah. This is a golden opportunity. If you utilize this time to get away from music, you can actually beat this addiction out of your system. So don't let this opportunity pass by. My advice is take every opportunity you're given, but don't let especially this Ramadan go by without cutting off addictions that you've been wanting to cut off. All right, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna recap all the steps, okay? First of all, analyze what you're doing where you're listening to music the most. Find substitute for music in those activities, implement those substitutes, and avoid listening to music in any other shape or way or form as much as you possibly can. Ramadan is here. I hope, I hope this video is able to provide some sort of value to you guys. And I really hope that you are able to get away from addictions, bad habits, bad addictions that you've been wanting to cut off for some time now. Take as much of an advantage as you can of this golden opportunity, and don't let this Ramadan go by without getting closer to Allah. Okay? Take care of yourself. Inshallah, I will see you guys in the next video. And if you found any value in this video, please like and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.